Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 17th episode of our gaming news podcast, the PackCast. Our hosts today, as always, are Cool Trainer Camillo, the Genebo, Dan from the T-Lounge, and myself, Phil Fantastic. And together, we are the Game Pack. We have got a lot of stories today, big stories today. Epic Games nerfed the building mechanic in Fortnite. There's a leaked Switch case that confirms a Blizzard IP might be coming to the Switch. In other Blizzard news, the WoW Classic launch was less than stellar. A watermelon sent the internet into a tizzy, and we got a trailer for Mario Kart Tour. But before we get into the stories, we have an update from a story from episode 2 of the podcast. Pro Jared, a YouTuber involved in controversy a few months ago, has finally come out of hiding and released a 45-minute video on his YouTube channel explaining his side of the story. So if you want an update on that story, or if you just want to hear what he has to say, go check out that video. But we wanted to update you guys because there was more to that story that just came out today as we were recording. So let's start our stories this week with a different controversial topic, and that is Fortnite's building mechanic is nerfed. Okay, so the Fortnite community is kind of up in arms because turbo building has been nerfed, and you can't do 90s. I sort of know what I'm talking about. Basically, you can't jump up into the air and build underneath you and turn 90 degrees, and it really has hindered the way that some competitive players have been playing the game. So Ninja, and specifically the most famous Fortnite streamer, is not happy, which is weird. He should be happy because he literally just got sponsored by Adidas, which I'm sure was a lot of money that he just made. But his game doesn't work the same. And then also Borderlands is doing a little bit of a crossover with Fortnite, and they included in a patch. So now new rift zones that look like Pandora, the planet from Borderlands, are in Fortnite. So John actually read all the patch notes, and he is sort of our resident Fortnite expert. So I'm going to throw it over to him to start the conversation. What do you think about all this news?
So turbo building is essentially, building really fast, or like building automatically. And they changed it from like 0.05 seconds to 0.15 seconds. I don't know. It's a very small difference, but I guess it is affecting how people play drastically because, like you said, Ninja came out and he tweeted something that he was not happy. And like he's had Epic's back through everything, even through like
the game store and everything.
Yeah, and the mechs that they put into this season, like all of his friends and all the people that he played with, they kind of gave up on Fortnite because of the mechs, but Ninja's stuck with it. And now, like, even he is saying he hates it. Like, it's a terrible thing that they did to it. And I think why they're doing it is they're trying to make it more accessible for people, for everybody. Because, I mean, Phil, I know you've played, and it's very difficult to win.
It's hard. Yeah, it's hard to win because, like, I'm halfway decent at first-person shooters. Like, I do okay, like, in, like, a deathmatch game or something on Call of Duty. But, like, when you add this building mechanic, which is not in any other games, it's very, very different, and people are very, very good at it. It is so you can't compete. It's just you're not playing the same game. You're not playing at the same level as them. So they're trying to make it so that players like me don't get upset and like still want to pour money into their ecosystem.
Because I'm sure they have numbers and stats like going back, months and months, seeing why people have left the game, and like their numbers have to be dwindling. Like they were at 250 million players, but they probably took it's on everything. Everybody plays it, and this, like, the mechs are to allow you to get more kills, because when you're getting kills, you feel good and you want to keep playing. But like when you don't have a mech and you don't get kills and you don't win, like, it's really hard to be motivated to stick around. And they want that player base to stay there because that player base is giving them tons and tons of money. If they leave, there's going to be no more money. So I understand why they're making these more accessible decisions. It might not make the pros happy or the people that are like really good at the game.
Yeah.
But
they're not trying to please them.
Yeah, that's not who they're trying to. That's not their audience right now. It's they're trying to keep the people, the 11, 12, 13-year-old kids who are using their parents' credit card to buy V-Bucks. That's who they want to keep in.
That's true.
And even I get frustrated. I don't.
Yeah, like I don't want to buy the season pass every season because I'm like, I'm not very good at this game.
Yeah,
but like if I was better, maybe I would buy the season pass every season. Yeah. Like I didn't buy season 9, I think. I didn't buy the last season because I was frustrated with the game. Like I'm not great at it. So I didn't buy it.
It's understandable. I think a lot of people feel that way, and they're trying to do stuff to change that. But the Borderlands thing's pretty cool. I haven't checked it out yet, but the area, the Rift Zone, like it's all cell shaded, and it looks like an area that was pulled straight from the Borderlands games. Where it's all
that's cool.
Cell shaded. There's like chests, and like all the chests are changed to the chests from Borderlands.
Oh, cool.
They have a skin in the item shop right now. That's like those little. Has anybody ever played Borderlands?
Yeah, I've played all of them.
So the guy that's on the cover with the mask, like the little dudes that run around. So they have a skin of that in Fortnite now, and then they have Claptrap as a pet for Fortnite. So.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
Yeah,
dude, Claptrap is so annoying.
I know. I can't. I'm probably gonna get the skin and just the whole bundle. Because I like Borderlands.
That's a cool skin.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say I feel like they don't need to nerf the main game because they do all these other cool things. I remember, what was it like? It was like a game where you had to like pick up llamas that were like gems.
Oh, yeah. I think it was called Heist or Gem Heist or something.
Something like that. Like if they implemented more things like that and like gave you rewards for that.
Yeah.
That maybe contributed towards your battle pass or something. Like that would maybe bring me in,
like,
and they wouldn't have to.
They should put the newer things in like separate game modes and not try stuff in like the main game. Like if they want to try
or not even just like add more game modes. So because they already have game modes.
There's there's actually a lot of game modes that you could play, and I mean, you have your standard battle royale, which is like last one standing wins. Then they have Team Rumble, which is just like team deathmatch in any other game where you respawn and it's like 20 versus 20, and you go to I think 150 kills or 100 kills, something like that.
That one's fun.
And then they do a lot of limited time modes. The one that I really enjoyed was when Avengers Endgame came out. They had an Endgame game mode, and it was so fun. Like you got to use Captain America's shield and Iron Man's gauntlets and stuff. So they do have a lot of limited time stuff. But I think the main game mode that people play is the battle royale, like the regular.
It is. Do the other game modes like contribute to the battle pass in the same way that like solo duos and squads do?
Yeah, you could complete your challenges through other game modes, and I think even this season, Team Rumble, there is a specific set of challenges for Team Rumble that they give you battle pass stars and give you experience and give you items. So it's actually. I think they're trying to get people to play those modes more.
Yeah.
But I mean I still really enjoy that game. The mechs are kind of annoying, and I'm not good at building anyway, so this kind of helps me. So I'll check it out. And then I know people in my Discord have said that they hate it, that they hate the new building system. But I think
we'll see if they patch it out, if enough like pros are getting annoyed by it. Or if
the face of Fortnite is saying something, I think they're gonna do something about it.
Yeah. Dan or Cam, do you guys have anything to say about Fortnite before we move on?
I think. Well, go ahead.
I think it's cool that they're trying new things. I can see why people are upset that they're just like replacing things instead of adding things. But Yeah, I totally agree with, like, they're not trying to please the people who are just already sucked in. Like, they're trying to please the people who are like, I don't know if I want to keep playing, or even just, like, newer people who may want to play.
True.
Yeah, it's definitely impossible to please everyone.
Yeah.
And understandably, if you play a game for so long, you're going to get like really, really familiar with all the different mechanics. And when they change something, even when it's slight, when it alters your abilities within the game, that can be a massive change in what you need to do and how you approach that game. And from a competitive standpoint, that can be huge. So I totally understand why Ninja is upset that they changed this mechanic. It's unfortunate that they have to, that they can't, that balance is really difficult to find. You can't find a balance necessarily for all the pro players and all the newcomers. Like, when you make just a game that everyone can join in and attack all together, naturally there will be better players that rise to the top, and naturally the worst players won't be as good. That's kind of the nature of the thing.
That's how it goes. Yeah.
To tweak
that's competition.
How the game is played. Right, exactly. To tweak how the game is played is I don't know. I mean, you got to tread lightly when you do stuff like that.
They did release like a statement on saying why they did it.
Yeah.
And I feel like these are kind of, you know, somebody in their PR team told them to say this stuff. But it was so it says why change turbo build? And it was it favors players with low ping in disproportionate ways.
That's very like
it's to
crafted.
Prevent spam building. I don't know. I feel like it's very.
That's not like they're like, okay, this is what we're saying, the PR, the marketing thing. It's like, this is not why we did it though.
Yeah.
But this is how we can explain it away.
Yeah, exactly. They did release a statement, so they must have been getting a lot of flack for what they did.
And and if that is actually the reason, the game has been out for how long?
But it's still in beta. Like, if you load it up on Xbox, it has a little beta thing up the top.
Fortnite?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Fortnite is beta?
That's what it says.
Oh my gosh. They need to release a game or shut up.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. All right, final thoughts?
No wonder it's free.
Final thoughts on anything Fortnite related.
Follow me on Mixer. I play Fortnite there a lot.
Oh my gosh. Plug your stuff at the end. Moving on to a different, not Epic Games. Sorry, I got a little ahead of myself there. Moving on to another online competitive game. Potentially Overwatch is coming to the Switch. That's an online kind of, it's like a deathmatch game.
It's a hero shooter.
It's a hero shooter. That's the category. Thank you, John. It's a hero shooter made by Blizzard Entertainment. Very fun, in my personal opinion.
Oh, yeah, it's a fantastic game.
They're basically, the reason people are talking about it right now is because there was a Switch case revealed that had the Overwatch logo on it, and the case is confirmed real, but there has been no confirmation that the game is actually coming to the Switch.
How could you have a real case and not a real game, though?
I don't know. Just, it could be it's a collector's item for like, oh look, we made this thing for Blizzard fans. But we have Diablo on the Switch, so it's not unprecedented to have a Blizzard game on the Switch. So they're not afraid to bring games like, EA.
And these are like older games. Like Diablo 3 is what, like 5 years old, and Overwatch is
super
like
old,
3 years old or something.
Unrelated.
Diablo,
season
like 7 years old, something like that.
Dude, they're on season 18. That just launched like a week ago, I think. It's crazy. Man, that game is, but it's still good. Check it out. But yeah, Overwatch. So that started this whole other conversation, because then somebody posted on 4chan, a female character is coming to Smash. She's not a demanded character and will disappoint and confuse a lot of people. That is all. And people were like, oh my gosh, this is on Sunday. and people were like, "Oh my gosh, like what? Who is it? Could it be?" And then people were suspecting, like, "Oh, the Overwatch is coming to Switch, maybe. So maybe it's Tracer, because Tracer's sort of like the I don't know.
Of Overwatch.
She's sort of the it's
like
like it's definitely like a big roster of characters, but she's sort of like the main face of the game. So people are like, "Oh, it's Tracer." And then the day we're recording, today's Tuesday. Today, the same guy posted, or girl posted again. I was gonna leave things messed up as they were, but I simply can't. Your new female rep has a mecha. I told you will be confused. So there is one character in one popular character in Overwatch that has a mech, and she's female, and that's Diva, who is on the screen right now, if you guys don't know who we're talking about. It's a very, very popular character, very popular cosplay character. A lot of people dress up like Diva for cosplay.
Yeah.
So she's a popular character, but she's not the first person you would think of to be in Smash. She's not even
Such
like
an obscure
the top
character
10
to be in Smash.
Yeah,
like,
it's very obscure because she's not the main character of a franchise. She's just a popular character in a franchise, and it's like,
be like
not-
Diva, like
but-
who?
But maybe,
Yeah, exactly.
maybe if they put Diva in, or if they put Tracer in, like they're trying to reach a different audience for Smash.
That's true.
Because like
That's very true.
not many people, like the Nintendo community, like you're not playing games like these hero competitive shooter games. Like you're
What's the free one?
Paladins.
Okay, that's on Switch.
That's on Switch,
People,
and that's a really good game. But
Anyways, let's stick to Overwatch.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But I mean, I could see them trying to use Diva as a broader appeal, like or getting a different audience in to check out Smash Brothers. So,
Is it possible that the Switch case is only being made because a character is coming to Smash, and not necessarily the Overwatch is coming to Switch?
that's
Possibly.
interesting.
Then
That's
I
a
think
very
the
good
characters would
thought.
be even like less obscure. The thing's not even on
Because
Switch.
I mean, if so, then that also could have connotations that characters could be added to Smash without a game coming to Switch, like Banjo-Kazooie potentially.
And Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess there's that Persona,
Scramble.
that Musu game or whatever the heck it is.
Oh, is he in that one?
Yeah.
I would assume so, right?
Yeah, he
I think
is.
it's
How many-
Persona 5S.
Yeah, Persona 5 Scramble.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. I thought it was more of a.
No, it's just
Like-
Persona 5 in that game.
It's just Persona 5. Okay, gotcha.
Overwatch.
And that was. Yeah. So I mean, gosh, I really want Overwatch to come to the Switch. But again, I was complaining about this offline. I've already bought Overwatch twice. I bought it on Xbox to play with my brother, and I bought it on PS4 to play with my friends.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're gonna make me buy it like another time so that like
You
I can
know
have it
it's
on the
going to be
go?
full price because it's on Switch, so you know it's going to
Yeah.
be $60. So you're spending $60 again,
Yep.
and like there's no cross progression, so it's not like you could bring your profile over from Xbox or over from PlayStation.
Right.
You have to start all over again, and I don't know if you guys know this, but you unlock cosmetics that
Yeah.
like
that
hats.
like hats.
Yeah.
That I personally enjoy. The
The skins are awesome.
the skins are awesome, and you don't have to pay for them if you don't want to.
Yeah.
And you unlock them over progression, and
Mm-hmm.
and it's all random. It's all loot box. So like you could have a super rare skin on your PlayStation profile, but you can't bring it over to your Switch profile, which is kind of sucky.
Yeah.
And I wish every game would go cross progression,
Yeah.
like Paladins we were just talking about. It has cross progression.
Mm-hmm. Fortnite has
Fortnite.
cross progression.
I mean, it might be
It's-
different free to play stuff, but
I mean, Netflix has cross progression.
They do. I mean, for real though, like,
Yeah.
it's like everything. Like, if it should just be an app that like you download and like you can just log in with some credentials and like there you go.
or like the way
Yeah.
it works for the games that do it, like you have like a like for Fortnite you have an epic tag. And
Yeah.
then you
Yeah.
just log in with that epic tag. It doesn't matter if you're on PS4, Xbox, or Switch. I wish they would do that with every game.
I know. All right. What do we think, though? Okay, so let's wrap this up because there's so much more stuff we want to talk about today. Does anybody actually think Overwatch is coming? I think it's coming.
Yes.
I think it's coming.
100%. Yeah.
It's probably coming.
Okay, cool. And do you think this 4chan rumor is true?
No.
No. I really hope she's not in, and I would be very upset. It's another waste of a character.
I think we will get a female character. I think we'll get a female character, but I don't think it's going to be
Diva
or Tracer.
Okay.
4chan has a big
thing
history of trolling.
Yep.
But also they have a big history of doxing and finding information that no one else can find. So there's also that.
True, they do have a history of like true leaks, but yeah, also being the worst trolls on the internet.
Okay, but
so
like,
it's like
what my
it's a grab bag.
understanding of
never know.
Overwatch is it's just like an online multiplayer game, right? There's no story mode, right?
No, but there's lore. Like they have little vignettes.
But like the fun of like playing with like a Smash character is like you like the character because of like the being of the character, like you know their story, you played their game. I feel like with this, like
they have movies though.
Yeah, they have like little
Pixar.
vignettes.
You could get really dedicated to a character in Overwatch because they have like I've had a movie that I've literally got choked up on. The Reinhardt movie made me get a little choked up. It's like Pixar style level animation.
I don't know.
And they all have personality. Like
I just kind of see them as like avatars in Overwatch, which doesn't seem like, how do you get attached to that?
I mean, they all have different personalities, and like I mean, I use Ike. I don't really know. Like I played a Fire Emblem, but I don't really know Ike as a character.
Very interesting. Okay, well that is final thoughts. Good. Okay, so that is our first Blizzard story, and now. After a short break, we're going to get into our second Blizzard story. The World of Warcraft Classic launched on Monday. Hey everybody, just a quick PSA. If you're watching this, we do have the audio podcast on Spotify, iTunes, and Google Play. And if you're listening to this, we do have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/thegamepack. Check us out everywhere. Thanks. And we're back. So, World of Warcraft Classic launched on Monday, which is the Vanilla WoW, also known as version 1.12. It went live on Monday, August 26th. Vanilla WoW is essentially WoW without any of the expansions. So it's as it existed 15 years ago. So if it didn't ever get updated or anything, it's just the game as it was 15 years ago. And a fan had asked J. Allen Brack, who is, I think he's the president of Blizzard, actually. They asked him in a panel, do you think that you would ever make dedicated servers for, like, specific expansions? And he goes, you think you want that, but you don't. And, like, everyone got really, really salty because we're like, no, we do want that. Don't tell us what we want. So then eventually, like a few years later, they actually do launch it, and it's like extremely popular. Like people couldn't even log in on it. It was insane. The queues were in the tens of thousands of players. It took up to 8 hours to log in for some people. There was lag. People were DCing. It was a mess. They had to double their servers in certain regions, and I scoured the internet, I promise you, for an actual figure of the number of people who logged in on Monday. I couldn't find it. But it was more people than they had servers for. That is the number that I can give you. Way more than they thought.
That's insane.
So I was addicted, and I'm not saying that as like, oh, I played it a lot. I was addicted to World of Warcraft. It affected my grades. It affected my relationships. I played that game so much. I got so competitive with it. I got so like into my guild because I wanted to be the main tank of my guild. So I was like, I had to like always show up at certain times and like not. I was like flaking on my friends. It was bad. So I was like, kind of like, ooh, World of Warcraft Classic's coming back. I remember how that feels. But I think I'm gonna abstain, even though you don't have to buy the game. I think you just have to install it and pay the $15. I don't think they make you actually purchase it. So World of Warcraft does have a monthly subscription of $15 a month, whether you are doing World of Warcraft Classic or you're doing the current expansion, which is Battle for Azeroth, which is like the 7th expansion or something. I don't know. I'll correct it right here. But I wanted to talk about this story because it was pretty big news because it like broke their servers and like people were upset. Literally, I'll stop talking in a second, but like literally I'll show it on screen. There are lines of players waiting because in the old game, only like one person could kill an enemy, and you needed to kill an enemy to complete a quest. So people would line up like in the real world, but with their avatars, and they were just lining up down like a huge line in Azeroth to kill. I think his name is Hogger. He's like this little wolf man, and it was just ridiculous. It's just like this is. I don't think that's how I want to play the game. I like the updates, so I would agree with J. Allen Brack and say that no, that's not actually what I want. But yeah, it was crazy. It was just like completely insane. What do you guys think? Do you think Blizzard should have been more prepared?
You are not prepared.
You could never anticipate the demand for something until it hits. Mm-hmm. And if you overestimate, you end up potentially creating far more than you actually need, and that can cut into cost.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and if you underestimate, you have a huge, massive shortage, and everyone is upset with you. So it's really difficult. It's that fine. Yeah, that's something that companies have struggled with for decades, and it's really bad. There's still no good, easy way to anticipate the perfect amount of need for something.
The theme of today's podcast is companies are having a hard time hitting the sweet spot. Have any of you guys played MMOs, or have you experienced what that kind of gameplay is like?
The closest thing I've played was Destiny.
Yeah, that's
It's not really an MMO.
They have hub worlds, and there's like open environments where there's a lot of people, but it's like it's not there's a really good phrase for it because the No Man's Sky guy was just saying it too. He's like, don't think it's not massively multiplayer. It's just like very like the multiplayer is big. Like it's not like 1,000 people on one server. It's like 32 people on one server.
It's like a kind of. I think they call it a shared world
experience
or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Mario Maker is probably the closest to an MMORPG.
It's very massive.
Or Discord.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever really played an MMO. It's not really my jam.
They're interesting.
I do like the satisfying. Like I do like the loot grind that all of them have. That is satisfying. Like. I mean, Diablo has a similar thing, and I love that grind, but I just can't. It's
very good.
I can't.
The thing
invest
about
enough time into it.
An MMO that really sucks you in is how immersive it can be if you let it. Like, if you really get into the lore and you just really just like. Sometimes I would just like go to one of the main cities and I would just like stand there and like be my guy, and I would just be like, "This is so cool." I was also just like that was like the first like big like. I don't know. I guess that was my first MMO experience, so I was just like really taken aback by like how big it was and like how the city was bustling, but it wasn't bustling with NPCs. It was bustling with people. Yeah. And like that like blew my mind. That like everyone was running around like trying to trade stuff. I was just like, that's so cool. But I don't know. I thought World of Warcraft was cool, and it's not as popular as Pokemon Go, but I thought you'd jump in there, Cam.
Yeah, only 1 million players compared to 10 million. Yep.
But you also have to pay for World of Warcraft.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was a crazy launch, and sometimes it's hard to anticipate.
How often do the expansions come out now, or like?
I think they said they wanted to come out like every year, but they only really come out like every year and a half, every 2 years. But now, since the player pace keeps dwindling, they're like pushing them out faster.
Yeah.
But like it was like 1.5, 2 years, but now I think they're trying harder to push it out every year.
Especially since they're under the Activision umbrella now, and they want that money.
So, I'm not very familiar with World of Warcraft. Is this the same game still that was 15 years ago? Or is it like a new version, like a new game, and this is an old style within the game?
No, World of Warcraft Classic, the thing that they launched, is literally the same exact game with all the bugs, with everything, with all the same graphics that it was in 2005.
Okay, and the game has, from what I understand, like they launched it 2005, and it's been just played by people all this time?
Yep.
Yes.
And now they've released, here's a backward patch to unpatch everything, basically?
If you want to, you can log into this server that is just like takes all the patches away, all the expansion packs away.
So you can see 2005 graphics.
Yeah, so
that
you can play
some
the
longevity.
You
would think they would have launched like a new game.
They actually had they were going to do a different MMO, and then they ended up canceling it because I think they were confused on the direction of it, and they were also concerned it was going to cannibalize WoW, and they didn't want to do that.
Okay. Yeah, I guess if they still have the install base and stuff, then good on them.
Yeah. I mean, now that they're dwindling down, when Camilo told me how many people are actually subscribed to WoW was like only in like less than 2 million, I was like very surprised. So I actually wouldn't be surprised if they came out with like World of Warcraft 2. Like they had the movie a couple years ago. I wouldn't be surprised if they relaunched it, because now they have back then they were just working off of like 2 properties or 3 properties. They had Diablo, they had StarCraft, and they had Warcraft. But now they've got like Overwatch and I guess Heroes of the Storm is every property. And
is League? No, they're not League, right?
No.
Yeah, it's really interesting seeing the differences between like MMOs versus just standard games, I guess I would say, because you see something like The Sims, like SimCity, and then The Sims, and then you get The Sims 2, Sims 3, Sims 4. They're different games that are specifically released with upgraded this and that. But MMOs, since people are already in that universe and plugged in, you can't really turn it off and make everyone move to a new one.
They just move the carrot.
They just, that's fascinating.
Anyways, final thoughts on World of Warcraft, guys? Anybody buying it? Anybody getting in? I'm out.
I think it's interesting.
Careful, guys.
That they're doing this, but
it's been Nintendo's philosophy for years.
They're just feeding on nostalgia.
Yeah, all
definitely
nostalgia.
sell the nostalgia. Yep.
That is a very good statement to make, John.
I know.
As we move into our next topic, which is Super Mario Watermelon version confirmed. So let's elaborate on that. There was a tweet sent out by Nintendo of Mario eating a watermelon, and the caption was, "Even Mario needs a little #summer vacation. No matter where your summer odyssey took you, we hope it was filled with sunshine." So there's a couple of things here, and then also the image needs to be analyzed specifically because it is a new render of Mario. It is not the Super Mario Odyssey Mario. They didn't just take that 3D model and reposition it and put some different clothes on him.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's different because he has fingernails and toenails,
Whoa.
which he does not have.
I watched an Arlo video where he was like breaking down all the differences.
Yeah,
it was really fascinating.
So there was a couple of things. There was it's the new rendering, so it was potentially from a different game there was people had I saw another video too. It wasn't by the same guy, but it had 2 seeds on his cheek.
Oh boy!
So they're like, oh, it's a
Oh,
2. It's a number
no.
2. So it's a sequel.
No,
2
no,
bites
no,
out of
no,
that
no,
watermelon
no.
too. You gonna point that out?
Yeah, there's 2 bites. Yep, 2 bites out of the watermelon. So that's number 2. It could mean sequel.
He's got 2 hands.
He's
So
got
it's
2
either a
feet.
sequel. It's either a sequel to Odyssey. It's either because they said Hope Your Odyssey was good. It's either DLC to Odyssey, or sorry, the number 2 thing. It's either a sequel to Odyssey or a sequel to Mario Sunshine, which is what people were saying.
Yeah, I think more likely it's going to be a sequel to Odyssey, and it'll have Isle Delfino as one of the kingdoms.
All right.
I think that's most likely.
I think we're gonna get an update to Odyssey, the original Odyssey, to add like a little bit of like Sunshine stuff, but then they're gonna announce the sequel that has a full-fledged kingdom of Odyssey.
I don't know about that.
Maybe.
Because I felt like they
yeah.
missed their window. Because I thought they were gonna do DLC, but they didn't do a DLC. And the only reason they made Mario Galaxy 2 is because they couldn't do DLC on the Wii. So I don't even know if they're gonna do like a second one. I was
It's also
thinking
been,
they were
what,
just
2
gonna.
years,
I
right?
just
It's
like
been-
I was hoping they were just gonna like remaster Mario Sunshine, because like Wind Waker got like a remaster like years ago, and we just never got Sunshine.
I'd be
It's
very
true.
surprised if Super Mario Odyssey 2 does not happen.
It's been what, 2 years since Odyssey 1? Well, since
Yeah.
Odyssey.
It's
Talking like
a new-
it
it's-
already has a sequel.
I think it's something new. I don't think it's DLC because of the render. So it's either Odyssey 2, Sunshine Remaster. I don't think that it's going to be Sunshine 2. I don't think there's a demand for that.
Do you think,
I think there's
Sunshine Remaster would look that good though?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I know.
It looks
I know
exactly like Odyssey.
No, I know. Like
The
Wind
only way-
Waker, like HD looks really nice, but they went off those graphics, and they.
No, they
Have
didn't.
Have you ever seen Sunshine played in Dolphin?
Yeah.
The emulator.
Mm.
It looks ridiculous.
Yeah, you can make it look
They
really good.
tweaked-
The only way that I would want to like a remaster is if they fix the controls.
They tweaked
Oh,
Wind
yeah.
Waker.
They'd have
way
to,
more
'cause the
than,
controls
like,
aren't the
Twilight Princess.
same.
Twilight Princess was like a up-res,
It was an
whereas like they
up-res, yeah.
redid the textures and stuff in Wind Waker.
Yeah, but they didn't like make a whole new model of Link. Like they
Yeah,
just
but it's not going to be
used-
the same exact model in the picture. That's just promotional art.
I don't know. I think it's all
My money is-
smoke and mirrors.
My money is that it's going to be a Super Mario Odyssey sequel.
Okay.
It's going to be Odyssey 2 or something in that realm. It's going to include Sunshine-related stuff.
I don't think that does
that's gonna
Sunshine
be my
justice
big
if it's
guess.
just a world in Odyssey 2. Like, what's the point of Odyssey 2?
What do you mean? What's the point of Odyssey 2? Odyssey is a relevant game.
Yeah. and
Yeah,
people-
but like,
now.
what would be like the-
People loved Odyssey. Give them more. What do you mean?
No, but like the picture is like really focused on the Sunshine aspect, but I feel like Sunshine
Well-
is taking a back seat in this Odyssey 2 theory.
Okay,
It's
I
just
see what
a
you're saying.
world.
So last year, a little bit of a history of last year, it was rumored that there was going to be an Isle Delfino DLC added to Super Mario
Yeah,
Odyssey.
I know about that.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And I think that's probably a nod to that. They are super aware of the public consciousness regarding all of those different things and rumored leaks. So, of course, they're going to play that up. And I could totally see them adding Isle Delfino to Odyssey 2 just to be able to play that up and garner hype for the next sequel.
But they also mention summer vacation. So I feel like they're hinting at something that's going to happen for the end of summer.
or
Yeah,
they could just announce
could
something
be.
that will launch next summer.
Yeah.
Or they were just saying, I hope you had a good summer.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe
Because
we're all
talking
looking
about-
into this way too
Yeah.
way too closely. But they did say Odyssey and Sunshine
I don't.
in one.
I'm not
one
doubting like Odyssey. Something Odyssey will happen in the future. I
Mm-hmm.
do. I would like a remaster of Sunshine first. I feel like that's been
Mm-hmm.
way
I would-
overdue. Than Odyssey is like that only came out like a year and a half ago.
Didn't Miyamoto say something like this was years ago about he never wants to remaster a Mario game though? But I guess they did
don't
the
know.
Mario 64.
But didn't Super
DS
Mario
thing.
All Stars?
They haven't remastered Mario 64.
Well, they put it on DS.
I mean,
That's a remaster.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of. They added a lot of stuff.
It's all.
I don't know
it's
if
all
I'd call it a
different models,
remaster.
though. They changed all the models.
Yeah, it's a remaster because they
it's kind of a remake,
upgraded the
is how I would say, because it plays very differently. You have a lot of different playable characters. You have new areas to explore, new objectives to do. It's a different game. I have it. I've played it, and it's just not the same as Mario 64. It's not the same experience.
I think remake and remaster
similar.
They're different.
It's
I think it's just going to be a 2D Mario in the new Super Mario Brothers universe, and they're going to have a Sunshine level.
A remaster.
All right, final thoughts on this. I want to hear everybody's their theory, their singular theory. Cam, what's your singular theory?
That we're going to get a remaster of Sunshine.
John, what is your singular theory?
We're getting a DLC of Isle Delfino by the end of summer for Odyssey.
Dan, what do you think's coming?
I think Odyssey sequel, a full sequel that will include Super Mario Sunshine related content, such as a kingdom.
And yourself,
my final thoughts is we're gonna get. I kind of feel like I'm in the same boat as Dan, that we're going to get Odyssey 2 with Isle Delfino DLC, but that we're also going to get a remaster of Sunshine.
To hold us over?
And I think that maybe the Odyssey 2 will come out first.
Yeah, because then it'll get people thinking like, whoa.
Because then they see the Isle Delfino and they get excited, and then the remaster comes out and then they buy it. Yeah. Okay.
I like the way you think, Phil. So that's what it's got to be.
All right. So that is the Watermelon Gate. And we are going to very quickly talk about Mario Kart Tour, because the trailer dropped for Mario Kart Tour, a very, very much anticipated game for mobile. The trailer was released, and Diddy Kong is back, and I'm very excited about Diddy Kong. I don't know if you guys know this, but I am super hype on the Donkey Kong Country games, and Diddy Kong is probably my favorite video game character, which is why I was upset when he got nerfed in Ultimate, because he was like the best in freaking Smash 4. So who else was in? Daisy, I think, is back, and she's not in...
I think she's in.
Yeah, she's
in 8 Deluxe.
Yeah. I think she's in 8.
Okay, never mind. But they are remastering some tracks. There's some new tracks. My major complaint is that it's in portrait mode, and I think it should be in widescreen mode because it's a racing game, because you want to see the turns coming ahead. But I'm sure they designed the specific tracks to account for that, because Nintendo is pretty good about that. Because that Mario game was good.
Yeah, that was fine. That was
and that was in portrait mode. I didn't expect that from a platforming game. And the release date, they released the release date, September 25th, 2019. So if we could just get everybody's quick thoughts, I guess we'll just do like a round table, if that's cool with everybody. Cam, what do you think about it?
I think it looks really cool. I don't mind the portrait mode because it feels like the game is made for a phone. Like, it kind of like reminds you, like, if you're on a phone and you're like, you can play it one-handedly. When it's like sideways, you kind of have to two-hand it. So I don't know. I don't mind the portrait.
Is it gonna auto accelerate then? Like, how do you
You probably have to like hold your
finger down.
I don't know. Did anybody play the?
I didn't.
The
know.
beta
I think it was
they
on
did?
an Android. The beta.
No. Yeah, I ain't got that.
Neither do I.
What about? I guess we'll just move to John because you just said something. What do you think about the Mario Kart Tour game in general?
I think it looks nice. Like, I think the graphics look pretty good, and I like they showed different costumes for characters. Like Mario has his Zoot suit from Super Mario Odyssey, so I'm assuming a lot of the microtransactions are going to be like alternate costumes.
Oh, that'd be cool. Hopefully, it's not characters.
Yeah.
I'll be so upset.
But
because Diddy Kong is going to be paid.
It's going to be like $50.
They're like, we're going to get Phil.
Well, they'll probably have a gacha mechanic where you have to pull the character to use them.
We have to do what?
You know how those gacha games where you like pull.
Oh, where you like It's like loot box.
Yeah, like Fire Emblem Hero. Like think of Fire Emblem Heroes.
I don't think
yeah,
they're
not
going
gonna
to
do that.
I'm excited about
like polls and Mario Kart. I don't see that going together.
They did it in Dr. Mario.
You do polls in that game?
Yeah, they have polls. You pull your doctors and your assistants.
Interesting.
And you have you collect them?
Yeah, well, you use them, but I don't know.
I
played that game once, so. Yeah. But I do know that's the poll. I am excited about the re-released tracks. Like they showed the SNES Rainbow Road, right? Yeah, that was that one.
That one's an 8 Deluxe though, isn't it?
Yeah, it was an 8, and then they had like Waluigi's the one from Double Dash.
So
that looks pretty cool.
That was sweet. Cool. Dan, what are your thoughts on Mario Kart Tour?
Well, to rewind a little bit, Super Mario Run, I wanted to get into. I thought it looked pretty cool. I downloaded it. I spent like 20 minutes going through the tutorial, and it just kept pushing me further and further into the tutorial. It wouldn't let me do anything. It was like, now we're going to jump to this aspect and teach you this aspect. Now we're going to jump to this aspect. I finally was like, if you're not going to let me play, I'm just going to uninstall you. So I uninstalled, and I never looked back. And
I don't remember that.
Yeah,
I'm not interested because they lost me. They don't know how to do mobile games is what I took away from that experience.
That is definitely a unique opinion.
I put like 15 hours. That game I put a lot of time into, the Super Mario Run. I put like 15 hours into it. And it was nice.
I have played some other runners where you just run. You just press a button to jump over a gap or to wall jump. It's a toilet presser.
Game.
A time button presser is not really my interest. And if that's because it sounds like this might be also for the Mario Kart Tour, where like if it's auto acceleration, for example, I don't know.
I think it might be.
Aren't a lot of video games just timed button presses?
That's exactly what I was saying.
I mean,
man, let's not devolve into that again.
But no, it's not just everything's automatic and you press a button at a certain time. That's QuickTime Event, which is basically a runner game.
Yeah, not every game's a QTE.
Video game. You might as well watch a DVD and then press the pause button or a Blu-ray because now we're in the 2000s.
Oh yeah.
Sounds like Night Trap.
Mario Kart Tour.
I like that
Press
game.
pause and then unpause. There's your game.
Oh, man.
So, cool. I'm not really interested. If it turns out cool, I might look at it.
All right, guys. We will have a full review of Mario Kart Tour on the Game Pack channel, so look forward to that come September 25th. I think, guys, that we're, if you don't mind, we'll skip the what we're playing section because we're running a little bit long. Are we okay with that?
Sure.
All right. But I will say, everyone, please check out all our individual channels. We've got Dan, the T Lounge. Just search the T Lounge on Twitch or click that link in the description. He is streaming on Twitch. We have got Cool Trainer Camilo streaming on Twitch and also uploading on his YouTube channel. We have got the Janibo over on Mixer. Go check out his Mixer. He is blowing up playing Fortnite. It is amazing. And also do Johnny Ebbs 2006 on
the item shop.
What is it? On the item shop, so that every time you microtransaction or buy a game in the Epic Game Store, you give a little back to John because he's working hard, okay? And please check out my YouTube channel. I am going to be uploading once a week. And there's a new schedule in my Discord, and there's a Discord for this channel. And this outro is getting a little bit long, and I don't want to keep talking anymore. I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you guys so much for co-hosting with me this week and every week. And you guys take care and take care of each other. Bye now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.